Good evening once again, or should I say in sales, good morning. No, thank you very much for joining with me tonight. Our topic uh, for tonight's training session will be the 80-20 principle. No, it's actually an idea that I would like to share to you, taken from the book written by Mr. Richard Koch. No, so napakaganda po ang mga insights na binitiwan po niya dito, and I really wanted to share it to you as well. It had helped me in my journey, in my personal journey po. It had helped me a lot, not just in terms of the business, but also in terms of my personal, in terms of my ministry, in terms of career, in all aspect, no, in all aspect of life, it had helped me a lot, no. So allow me to share this to you so that at least po you can get some insight on it and be able to apply it on our business. Okay? So please paki-share po sa mga group chats that we are already live right now so that they can join with us. Okay? Now, what is the Pareto law? Okay? The Pareto law or the 80-20 principle, commonly kasi ang tawag nito is 80-20 principle. But uh, the one who conceptualized or discover, or should I say invented the 80-20 principle is by the name Wilfredo Pareto. Okay, so this principle was named after Mr. Wilfredo Pareto. He is an Italian economist. Okay, isa po siyang Italian economist, and it states that roughly, sabi po niya, it states that roughly 80% of effects come from 20% of causes. So 80% daw sa mga resulta ay na-produce po daw sa mga 20% na mga rason. Yan po yung sabi niya. In other words, a minority of inputs often leads to a majority of outputs. Yung desire po natin ng outcome ay resulta po yun sa mga importanteng bagay, usually 20% sa mga bagay-bagay na importante sa buhay natin, yan ang nagpo-produce po ng 80% na resulta. Yun po ang sabi ni Wilfredo Pareto. Now, in personal productivity, the Pareto principle suggests that approximately 80% of results comes from 20% of efforts. So, kung titingnan po natin ito based on productivity, based po sa trabaho na meron po tayo, titingnan po natin equate po natin ito sa DPPI business. So, ibig sabihin yung 20% na panahon na ibibigay mo dito na sulit 20% sa mga importanteng bagay na ibibigay mo dito, siya ang magpo-produce ng 80% na resulta na gusto mong mangyari sa negosyo natin. Now, this concept is often used to prioritize tasks and focus on the most impactful activities. So ito po yung reason. Yung 20% na yan na effort, yan po ay bunga po ng mga priorities po natin. Pag na-identify po natin ang mga priority task na dapat gagawin natin at bibigyan po natin yan ng enough na attention, enough na focus, yung action na yan, yung activity na yan, yung priority na yan will give you the 80% of the result. In short, sa buhay ho, we have a lot of things na medyo, should I say, it's a wasted activity. It's a wasted activity, it's a wasted energy, na somehow it doesn't point us to our goal. It doesn't point us to the ultimate objective na gusto po nating ma-achieve. Or probably we missed the entire purpose of why is it that you are doing the business. Now, in short, sa 24 hours na meron po tayo, ikaw at ako, lahat po tayo, ay meron po tayong 24 hours a day. However, ito po yung pinaka-challenge. Ang tanong kasi, bakit may mga tao na they were able to produce more of their 24 hours at may mga tao din po na hindi po sila nakapag-produce na sulit sa 24 hours na meron sila. It is because for only one reason. They have wasted a lot of their time to things that are not important, to things that doesn't benefit them, to things na wala pong purpose, to things na wala pong direction. In short, yun po yung mga wasted time, wasted energy, wasted effort, wasted days and moments in our lives. At meron po tayo niyan. Marami po tayong mga bagay-bagay na akala po natin importante. Marami po tayong mga ginagawa na akala po natin it gives us the benefit kasi somehow it makes us feel good. But on the contrary, ito po ay hindi po siya nagbibigay ng impact doon sa gusto nating mangyari sa buhay. Now, I want you to understand na the life that we live here in this world is a one-way journey. Wala hong rewind at wala din hong replay. Ibig sabihin, every single day na lilipas ay hindi na po siya babalik. Time is the only commodity in this world that once you have used it, once you have wasted it, there is no way that you will be able to recover it. Okay? Ibig sabihin, pag na-waste talaga, it's waste na talaga. Somehow, a lot of people doesn't truly understand that. A lot of people seem to take time very lightly. Now, dito sa mundo na to, in the world we live, if there is one commodity na hindi po natin kakampi, yan ay ang oras. Ang oras po ay hindi mo mapipigilan. Whether may ginagawa ka or wala kang ginagawa, hindi mo mapipigilan ang pag-abante nito. Just as you cannot hold the day in your life. That is exactly the reason why the Bible teaches us to number our days. The reason why the Lord said that to us to number our days so that we will be able to do things which are that of important. Okay? So, mababaw. Alam mo kasi, every day in our life, marami po tayong, magkakaroon po tayo ng mga maraming distractions. And all of these distractions will somehow slow you down in achieving your goal. Now, etong mga distraction na to, ito po yung, I don't want to spiritualize it, but this is what actually the devil is doing unto us. Now, in the book of John, chapter 10, verse 10, and it says there, the thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy. Now, yung thief na sinulat doon, it actually refers to the devil or refers to Satan. Ibig sabihin po, in this world, Satan will steal, kill, and destroy. He's going to do everything, whatever it takes to stop you from achieving your goals. He's going to do everything to stop you from fulfilling your life's purpose. He's going to do everything, whatever it takes, to keep you down the line. He's going to keep you busy on things that are not important. He's going to keep you busy on things that doesn't have a purpose. And somehow, one day when you realize there are no more time available for you. So the 80-20 principle speaks that there are important things in our life that needs to have a priority. And when you learn to put priority on those important things in your life, those things that matters the most to you, you will be able to see productivity not just on your personal but in all aspect of your life. Either it is personal, business, career, family, community, church, wherever and whatever it is, it will really going to impact you inside and out. So that's the ultimate purpose. That's the ultimate reasons in there. Let's continue. Now, the Pareto principle is also applied in resource allocation. Okay? Where it's recognized that a minority of resources, ito na nga, pinag-usapan natin, like time, money, or people, often yield the majority of results. Okay, tingnan po natin. Napag-usapan na po natin yung time. So maliwanag na po yun. If you are able to identify things that are important and valuable and priority, you will be able to see results in your life. Now let's take into consideration the discussion about money. Now in the business, whatever things that you're going to produce, whatever money that you have, 20% of that should be used to the maximum level that will produce result to your business. Let's say for example, nagkakaroon po kayo ng incentives. Let's say for example, nakabenta po kayo ng isang condominium. Tapos ang incentive po noon ay 10,000 pesos. Now, if you're going to apply the Pareto principle in that aspect, in that resources, kung meron kang incentive na 10,000 pesos, how much is you going to set aside in order for your business to grow? Sige nga, let's do some question and answer. If meron kang incentive na 10,000 pesos based on the 80-20 Pareto law, how much is you going to set aside an amount of money para ibalik mo sa negosyo mo so that your business will grow? How much? Can you type in the comment section or in the Zoom? Sabi ni Miss Noveline, gibayad tanan sa utang. You have to set aside in order for the business to grow. 20%. Oh, yan. So 20% of 10,000, that is 2,000. You still have 8,000 remaining. Now, I want you to change a little bit of the mindset here. Now, I know we have bills to pay. I know may mga obligations tayo. The solution to every problem is not actually to give in to the principle, but actually to increase our productivity. When you increase your productivity, when you increase your income, kasi tayo kasi, the way we approach things is that if may pera tayo, ubusin natin so that akala natin na kung uubusin natin yan, we will be able to pay all our debt. No, actually hindi po. In fact, you are going to lose your productivity quotient. Now, what I would like to suggest, allocate a portion of that money in order for you to be able to put it back to the business. So, ibig sabihin, mas lalong lalaki po ang income mo on the second round. At first, it will be a little difficult. It would be a little difficult. But if you learn to set aside a portion of your money na ibalik mo sa negosyo para itong amount na to ay patuloy na magpuproduce sa iyo ng income, then your business will start to grow. Your business will never grow, my friend, if you use it all. Kung uubusin mo yan lahat, your business will never grow. Alam ko po, minsan dinadaan ninyo sa komedya, minsan dinadaan ninyo sa joke, but you know what? The more you manifest it in a joke, the more it becomes real. Haven't you noticed? Kahit binuhos mo na lahat ang pera mo sa pagbayad ng mga utang, hindi nyo ba nakikita na it is still not enough? Because hindi mo pinalaki yung ito kasi yun eh. Naalala niyo po yung principle, the goose that lays the golden egg. The goose that lays a golden egg can also be applied in here. Ibig sabihin, pag may isang goose, gansa yan sa Bisaya eh, mangingitlog ng ginto, kung uubusin mo ang ginto, it only means one thing, papatayin mo yung goose na nagpo-produce ng ginto. Yun po yung productivity quotient eh. Yun ang ginagawa natin sa pera natin. Yung pera po natin, yun po yung goose. At yung 20% na nilalaan mo, yun po yung golden egg na patuloy magbibigay sa iyo ng golden egg. Kung papatayin mo ang goose, kung papatayin mo ang nagpo-produce ng marami pang itlog, the more na hindi ka makakabayad kasi the more na wala kang mapuproduce na ginto na itlog. Yun po yung basis po doon. And that is exactly the reason when kung kulang ang approach kasi natin, if kulang ang pera para pangbayad sa mga obligation, ang approach kasi natin is mangutang para ibayad. Hindi ho. The right approach is to increase your income, magsipag ka ng husto, magbenta ka ng husto, mag-recruit ka ng husto para lumaki yung override mo, lumaki yung komisyon mo, at mababayaran mo na yung utang mo. Ibig sabihin, kung kulang ang pera mo para pangbayad sa utang, hindi po solusyon ang pag-ubos ng pera, hindi po solusyon ang pag-utang ng pera. Again ha, hindi solusyon ang pag-ubos ng pera at hindi solusyon ang pag-utang ng pera, kundi ang solusyon ay ang pag-increase ng income. Ang problema sa atin is hindi po natin nakikita na the way for us to really increase our income is to increase our productivity. And that is exactly the reason why we're talking right now about the Pareto principle is because alam natin na may mga pangangailangan tayo. Alam natin na may mga obligasyon tayo, pero yung action na binibigay natin ay hindi equal doon sa need po natin. So, ibig sabihin, if you truly identify your need, kung nakikita mo talaga na yan ang kulang mo, disipagan mo. Banatan mo ng gusto. To the max. Don't give reasons, don't give excuses not to do and not to perform. The problem with us is we cling to reasons. Nagbibigay tayo ng rason ba? So, alam mo naman yun ang kakulangan. So, iprosige mo. Banatan mo ng gusto. Kasi na-identify mo na yung priority eh. So, this is my piece of advice to all. If you wanted to grow the business, this is what Juliet is doing. The reason why DPPI had grown from where it was, alam mo, when we started with DPPI, we don't have money. Alam ng mga tao yan when we started. We don't have that capital na sinasabi nila. But one thing I appreciate with Juliet is she always set aside a portion of money na binabalik niya sa negosyo. She always set aside a portion of money sa DPPI na binabalik niya sa negosyo so that the business will grow. And that is exactly the reason why that in little ways we were able to provide support. Nagkakaroon tayo ng shipping vehicle, ng van natin. Nagkakaroon tayo ng various marketing support na binibigay natin sa mga few hardworking leaders natin. Bakit ho? Because we are giving it back to the business. Sa halip na pagpasok ng komisyon at ubusin namin, just like sa sinabi ninyo, ubusin namin, wala po kaming ibabalik sa business, then definitely the PPI will never grow. And if you are also like that, then definitely your business will not also grow. Our intention here is for your business to grow. That is exactly what we are trying to accomplish here. We want your business to grow. So that's the reason why, in terms of allocation, no? So when we allocate, that's not for the purpose of wasting. When we allocate, that is for the purpose of growing. Yun po yung purpose doon. We allocate because we wanted it to grow. When you receive your incentive, 20% of that, you put it back to the business. When you receive your commission, 20% of that, you set aside and put that back to the business so that 20% will produce 80% more of your income. The reason why your business is not growing, because pinatay mo ang goose that lays the golden egg. Siguro alam naman natin yung principle ng the goose that lays the golden egg, di ba? So ibig sabihin, pag inubos mo yan, yung komisyon na natanggap mo yan, inubos mo yan, you are killing the goose that lays the golden egg. So kung patay na po yung goose that lays the golden egg, so anong mangyari? Wala na pong golden eggs. And that is exactly the reason why yung negosyo mo ay hirap umangat. Are we clear? Naintindihan po ba? Pag naintindihan mo, pakisabing yes. Pag hindi po, sa pakisabing no. Okay lang po ako. No? Because this is all about mindset, my friends. No? This is all about mindset. We've got to change the way you think. And guys, believe me, don't ever put a joke on things like this because this will impact the way you think. It will really impact the way you think. I'm serious about this one. You know why? Because whatever you feed your mind, ito guys ha, whatever you feed your mind slowly it will convince you that what you feed in your mind is correct. So be careful of whatever things that you're going to put it in your mind. Okay? So seryoso tayo this time. Okay? So I'm confident that you will be able to to build it up. The next one is personnel, tao. In terms of network building, in terms of building your team, applicable pa rin si Pareto Principle. 20% of your downlines, yan ang magpuproduce sa'yo ng 80% result, 80% of income. Ibig sabihin, kung may group sale ka, ito ha, ibig sabihin kung may group sale ka na 400 million, ang nag-produce niyan na 400 million ay only 20% of your total downline. So ibig sabihin, last year si DPPI po was able to reach 1.6 billion. Yang 1.6 billion na yan, that is just only roughly around 20% of the entire population we have. Okay? So, produce lang po siya ng 20% of our population. Or ibig sabihin, 20% lang ang nakabenta. So, that applies the same. That applies to all. So, if you have 10 downlines, no? If you have 10 downlines ngayon, dalawa dyan, ang tutukan mo, kasi may dalawa dyan na potential magiging active. Potential na magbibigay sa'yo or magiging rason sa'yo na magiging isa kang supervisor, magiging isa kang manager, at magbibitbit sa'yo sa pagiging consultant. Ganun po yun. So, ibig sabihin, hindi lahat po na i-recruit mo, sad to say, ay magpuproduce ng 80% na result. Only 20%. 80-20 pa rin, applicable. So, for every 10 people, meron dalawa. So, kung may 40 people, kung may 20 people ka, may 4 ka. Ganun lang po. So, kung gusto mong maka-recruit ng dalawa na seryoso, mag-recruit ka muna ng 10. Ganun lang. A lot of us actually, when we try to build our business, when we try to build our network, ang dali po nating sumuko. Kasi akala kasi natin na pag mag-recruit tayo ng 10, magiging active 10 rin. Tama po ba? Pero this time, I want you to know na pag kayo po'y nag-recruit ng 10, ang active po ay hindi po 10. Are we clear? Pag nag-recruit po kayo ng 10, ang active po ay hindi 10. So, the best way to do it is not to stop recruiting. A lot of our members makes a lot of excuses not to be able to recruit. But this is what I always tell everyone. The business concept that we have has to be both selling, recruiting, selling, recruiting. You cannot just have one. You will never be able to sustain your business if it's just only one. It has to be both. So, ibig sabihin, hindi po accepted yung reason na hindi mo linya ang pagre-recruit. Kailangan mo talagang linyahin yan. Di ba? So, ito po yung gawin natin. I want you to open your mind on the strangest possibility. Now, you wanted to grow your business. I know that. Because you will not be here tonight if you don't want to grow your business. Now, if you wanted to grow your business, building your team, building your network will allow you to have a long-term passive income one day. Long-term passive income one day. The result of building your team will not happen today. It will happen in the future. Every time you recruit a person in your team, you are actually, quote unquote, buying a potential day in your life. Na kung iyang tao na yan ay magiging active at magiging seryoso sa business, I will have a day in my life that I will no longer be working physically. Yun po yun eh. Because you are able to multiply your time, your effort through other people. So if wala kang tao, wala kang ni-recruit, wala kang organization, wala kang team, wala kang nabili na oras or araw in the near future. So ano yung mangyayari? You will end up working up to the age of 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66 until you are going to die. So if you wanted to experience a good retirement thing, then you've got to buy a day in your life. Kailangan pong bumili po kayo ng araw sa buhay mo. Well, hindi po pera yon. Ang the way to buy a day in your life is to put something that will produce money for you in the future. And having your downline is a machine that will allow you to produce more money in the future. Lahat po tayo ay meron pong ganong opportunity dito. So I want you to realize that it is very, very important to never stop recruiting people into the business. Set aside, put a little of your resources in recruiting people into the business because it is a way, it is a tool that you will be able to buy a day in your life in the future. Okay? So applicable po ang Pareto principle on those three aspects: time, money, and personnel. Okay? Are we clear? Nakuha po ba po natin? Intindihan po ba natin? Okay? So, let's dive. Oops, sorry. Okay. Now, there are 7 powerful lessons that I would like to share to you in the book written by Richard Koch, The 80-20 Principle. I would like to share this to you. I've, I've loved the book. I've loved the message. I've loved the lessons in here. And that's why I'm sharing it to you. Okay. 7 lang. Now, number 1, the 80-20 rule states that for many events, roughly 80% of the effects comes from the 20% of causes. Ito po, most likely napag-usapan na po natin ito, but ipapasada ko lang po in a nutshell. In other words, a small minority of factors or efforts are responsible for a large majority of the result or outcomes. The principle can be applied to many areas in life, of our life, including business, productivity, and personal well-being. So, hindi lang po sa negosyo, kundi pati na rin po sa personal po natin. It's also applicable in matters of applying how are we going to take care of our health. Ito po, when you talk about health, 20% of what you're going to do with your health affects 80% of the good health that you're going to have. In short, if you don't sleep 8 hours a day, the effect of that, magkakasakit ka. So, ganun po yun. So, there are things that needs to be applied based on the principle of the 80-20 Pareto law. Okay. Next. Number 2, identify and focus on the 20% of your effort that produce more result. Now, by understanding the 80-20 principle, you will be able to make a better decisions. Bakit ho? Because sa araw-araw po natin, we have a lot of choices. We have a lot of options. At minsan ho, may mga choices po tayo, may mga options po tayo that doesn't bring us to our goal, that doesn't bring us to our objective. So, ano po ang tawag po doon? Those are wasted decisions. Those are wrong decisions. Those are simply just distractions. Okay? You are going to make better decision about how are you going to allocate your time, your energy, and resources instead of trying to do everything, no? Which is hindi mo naman talaga, it's totally impossible that you will be able to do everything. But you're going to focus on the tasks that are most likely to have a significant impact on your goals. The 80-20 principle is more on identifying what will give you the greatest impact. If what you are doing right now doesn't bring you to your goal, then stop doing it. Don't waste your time in there. May it be in your personal life, in your personal goal. May it be in your spiritual goal. May it be in your career. May it be in your business. May it be in your family. Ibig sabihin po, if it doesn't bring you to your desired goal, let's say for example, you have a goal for your family, you have a goal for your career, you have a goal for your spiritual walk, you have a goal for your health. If the things that you're going to do doesn't bring you to your established goal, then stop doing it. No? It will help you create and make better decisions. Yun po yung pinaka-punto doon. Number 3, don't be afraid. No? Don't be afraid to say no to the things that are not in your top 20%. Now, this is the time that you're going to put are the things, to list the things that are important in your top 20%. Okay, ganito po yun. No? Sa personal na buhay mo, meron kang top 20%. Okay, personal ha? What are the top 20% of your personal? Yung personal well-being mo. Let's say for example, uh, making yourself feel good. Part of that siguro magpapa-parlor ka, magpapa-manicure, pedicure ka. Those are important things naman. Let's say for example, mag-gym ka, exercise. Let's say for example, mag-walking or running. So ma-identify mo what are those 20% on your personal life. Now, sabihin na lang natin sa family naman, ano po yung mga important 20% sa family mo? Family time, family vacation, personal time with your children, personal time with your spouse, personal time with your community together with your family. So, meron kang list of 20% that is with your family. Meron ka sa personal, meron ka sa family. Napunta tayo sa business. May list of 20% ka rin po dyan. Okay? Now, sa church mo, let's say for example, you're active in your church. Hindi naman po pwedeng 24 hours that you will be active in the church. Then you will have 20% of things that are important, your top 20% list para sa church life mo. So, ibig sabihin, all of those 20%, alam mo kung ano yung mga 20% na yan. Then, anything na hindi po na-identify na part ng 20% na meron ka, yun ay considered po na distraction. So, you will have a better way of deciding. Yun po yung sa number 2. Okay? So, in short, itong number 3 kasi, sabi dito, don't be afraid to say no to things that are not in your top 20 list. The top 20% list. Ibig sabihin, pag wala to sa identified mo na 20%, then you say no. Let's say for example, may nangimbita sa iyo na makipag-inuman. Wala naman yun sa 20% mo. O di you say no. O di ba? I'm not saying that social drinking is bad. But what I'm saying is that if it is not identified by you, then say no. Di ba? Once you have identified your top 20% priorities, it is important to be disciplined about saying no to requests or activities that are not going to move you closer to your goals. This can be difficult at first, but it is essential for achieving your full potential. Importante ho para ma-achieve mo po yung full potential. Marami ho ang mga bagay-bagay na waste po natin because we fail to identify them right from the very beginning in the first place. Okay? Number 4, use the 80-20 principle to improve your productivity. I told you, this time it's about productivity naman. The 80-20 principle can be a powerful tool for improving your productivity by identifying and focusing on your most important task. O ito naman, it's all about the task. You can eliminate the distractions na meron ka and get more done in less time. The reason why may mga task tayong hindi natin nagagawa lahat kasi una, maraming distractions. Number two, may manyana habit tayo. Always na mamayana, sakana, later na. And eventually, ang nagiging resulta niyan ay waste time at bumaba yung productivity po natin. So, when you have a task, ito guys, going back to the DPPI business. In the DPPI business, we don't have an employee-employee relationship. You are free to do whatever you want. But what we can do here is just simply to guide you and to inspire you. But not until you are able to really identify your goal, your purpose, your objective, you will never be able to put value on whatever task that you're going to have. Now, if you know your goal, if you know your purpose, then you know what are the things that you should do in order for you to be able to get there. Now, those are tasks. Now, task po natin na mag-post. Task po natin yan. Task po natin na mag-attend ng PKS, mag-attend ng site tour. Now, if you have a lot of distractions in you, ang resulta po niyan ay hindi po kayo makapag-attend ng site tour, hindi po kayo makapag-attend ng PKS at marami po kayong reason kung bakit po kayo hindi po nakapag-attend. I'm not here to question your reasons, but what I am trying to portray is that whatever decisions you're going to make, and if you know that this task is important in bringing you to your goal, then you've got to make a decision about that task. Actually guys, hindi mo na kailangan i-remind eh. Let's say for example, training night. Ang training night, hindi ka na kailangan i-remind. You know very well that every Tuesday, it's at 8 p.m. every Tuesday. Kung tutuusin ho, we don't have to send the link to the various group chat every week, every Tuesday, because yung link naman natin, hindi naman nag-change. Di ba? So it's more of really, really, really being conscious of the task na dapat ginagawa po natin. Ako ho, wherever I may be, whether I'm traveling or just simply in Cebu, I am very conscious of the task that I have. And I make it sure that I will be able to deliver the task. Because I understand that it has an impact to the greater result. Diba? That's the same thing with each and everyone as well. Okay? So, be mindful of the task. Be mindful of your task. Marami ho tayong mga site tour every day, marami po tayong mga PKS schedule every day, marami po tayong mga learning sessions na ginagawa every day, offline and offline. Now, you understand very well that in order for you na makabenta kayo talaga is really to keep yourself active, present in all the social media platforms. So hindi na po kayo kailangan pang i-remind. Automatic, you've got to go there. Automatic, you've got to get inside the social media platform so that you will be seen. You need to understand that there are channels that you need to be present so that your buyers will be able to see you. And if you are not there, then definitely they are not going to see you. And if they are not going to see you, they're not going to make inquiries of whatever properties that you're selling. Then, therefore, you will not have a sale. Ganun lang po yun. So if you really wanted to change these things and if you really wanted to make some production, some results, then you've got to start doing what is supposed to be done. Di ba, guys? Number 5, no? Ano ba? Dalawa na lang, no? Then I'll be ending this one. Number 5 is use the 80-20 principle to improve your personal well-being. Now, I include here personal well-being. Why? Because it is important. Now, pag ikaw ay nagkasakit, yung productivity po natin babay na. The 80-20 principle can also be applied to your personal life by identifying the 20% of activities that have the most positive impact to your well-being. You can make more time for those activities and reduce the stress. Now, what will happen if you're living a stressful life? So your productivity, bababa po yan. So kung bababa yung productivity mo, hindi ka na makakapag-recruit, hindi ka na rin makapagbenta. Kung ikaw ay magkasakit, hindi ka rin makapag-recruit, hindi ka rin makapagbenta. Kung hindi ka matutulog ng tama at saktong oras, bababa yung productivity mo at hindi ka makaka-recruit at hindi ka makakabenta. Siguro you're going to ask me, paano yan, Sir Joe? Most of our client is nasa madaling araw. Then change some cycle. Sleep early, then wake up in the middle of the night. Ganun lang po yan. Hindi po pwedeng gising kayo gising kayo the whole day, gising din kayo the whole night. It's gonna kill you one day. So if you understand and if you know that the market that you're trying to capture is gising sila pagdating ng alauna ng madaling araw, alas 2 ng madaling araw din, my suggestion is you sleep early, then you wake up in the middle of the night and stay awake all throughout past midnight. Ganun po yan. In short, compensate. No? Compensate. But if you're not going to take care of your well-being, if you're not going to take care of yourself, forget about productivity, forget about dreams, forget about goals, because one day magkakasakit ka and you will gonna lose everything. Okay? Number 6, be aware that the 80-20 principle is not a rigid rule. Ayan, ha? As much as principle and rule po ito, hindi po ito talaga stricto. May mga adjustments din. Okay? The 80-20 principle is a general guidelines lang po ito. Not a hard and a fast rule. Ibig sabihin, hindi po ito sa pilitan. The specific ratio of causes to effects will vary depending on the situations. May mga situations po na nagbabari din ito. However, the principle is still a valuable tool for identifying and focusing on that most important factors. In short, the purpose of the 80-20 principle or the 80-20 Pareto law is that we will be able to identify and focus the most important factor that will contribute to the 80% of the success. Yun po yun. In general, the purpose of the 80-20 principle Pareto law is that we will be able to identify and focus on that most important factors that contributes to the success of our business. And lastly, number 7, the use of the 80-20 principle allows us to make better decisions. The 80-20 principle can help make you better decisions by encouraging you to consider the relative importance of different factors. When you face with decisions, ask yourself, which 20% of the factors are most important to my decision? Ito bang gagawin ko? Importante ba to na magkukontribute sa 80% na magiging resulta ng goal ko? Or ito ay hindi? Kasi kung hindi ito magbibigay sa akin ng positive na benefit, then I am not going to do it. Then I am not going to go there. And then I am not going to participate or whatever. So in short, it allows you to make some good and better decisions. Kasi identifying the priorities po yan. In summary, we're about to end, the 80-20 principle offers valuable insights into the efficient allocation of, ito po guys, efficient, take note of the word, efficient allocation of resources, prioritization of efforts, allocation of resources, priority of efforts, and optimization of outcomes. Allocation of resources, prioritization of efforts, and optimization of outcomes. By leveraging this principle, sa paggamit po natin ng principle na to, individuals and organizations can achieve greater efficiency, effectiveness, and success in their endeavors. In short, if you are going to consider the 80-20 principle in building your business, I guarantee you that it will have a greater efficiency and effectiveness in achieving your goals with your business, with your team, of course. Okay? Now, as I end, thank you very much for your Attention, and I'll put down this one first so that we can engage. Now, the 80-20 principle, no, the 80-20 principle are there to guide us. It's there to help us plan and make some better choices and make some better decisions. Now, all of us right now, by now, I believe that all of us already identified our task. What are the things that we are going to do? Now, I want this is very important. What usually, no, what usually um, becomes the barrier in executing the Pareto principle is when you start giving reasons for yourself. When you start giving reason na hindi mo nagawa yan, you are actually, quote unquote, putting excuses. Now, you can have all the excuses you want. You can have all the reasons you want. But it will never change the fact that time is not always on your side. That whatever thing that you're going to waste, you'll never be able to get it back. As the scripture says, as what the Lord have said to us, that us to number our days. Diba? Yun po yung sabi. Lord, teach us to number our days. It's just way of saying that kayo, mga anak ko, sabi ng Diyos, kayo mga anak ko, i-prioritize nyo ang mga bagay-bagay sa buhay. Ganun lang po yun. If we continue to do so, not minding our task, what are the important things that will bring us to the 80% of our goal? It ain't gonna happen. Hindi po siya magkakaresulta. Hindi po siya magkakaproduce. And the next thing you know, matanda na tayo. Pagod na yung katawan po natin. Okay? So, hopefully that you were able to get a learning may natutunan po kayo sa training night na to, and hopefully you will be able to apply it. And by the way, the video is also available in the official D818 Premier Properties FB group, and also we will be uploading it in our official DPPI YouTube channel so that you can actually revisit it, and probably you can share it to the rest of your downlines na hindi po nakarating dito. Now, this coming Thursday, meron po tayong recruitment seminar. Invite your friends. Let them join our orientation so that baka they will be interested with the business. Okay? And take note also of various schedules na naka-post sa mga group chats po natin. Okay? Thank you and God bless you all. Bye!